Welcome, everyone. Today, we delve into a captivating chapter of English history, exploring Elizabeth Barrett Browning, A Secret Courtship and Elopement in Victorian Society. Elizabeth Barrett Browning, one of the foremost poets of the Victorian era, was not just a literary figure. She was a woman whose life was a tapestry woven with threads of love, rebellion, and artistic ambition. Her relationship with Robert Browning stands as a testament to the power of love against societal constraints. This narrative explores their secret courtship, the intense challenges they faced, and their daring elopement, all set against the rigid backdrop of Victorian society. Elizabeth Barrett was born on March 6, 1806, into a wealthy family in Coxhill Hall, County Durham. From a young age, she exhibited a remarkable talent for poetry. However, her upbringing was complicated by her father's domineering nature. Edward Moulton Barrett was fiercely protective of his children, particularly Elizabeth, who suffered from health issues throughout her life. This overprotection confined her to the family home, limiting her social interactions and creating a deep sense of isolation. As Elizabeth grew older, she found solace in her poetry. Her works, often imbued with themes of love, loss, and yearning, captured the attention of the literary community. But her personal life remained stifled. The constraints of Victorian society weighed heavily on her, restricting her freedom and shaping her worldview. Then, in 1845, Elizabeth received a letter from Robert Browning, a relatively unknown poet who admired her work. He wrote to her, expressing his admiration and inviting her to correspond. Elizabeth was taken aback. She had long admired Robert's poetry and found his letter both flattering and exhilarating. Thus began a correspondence that would change their lives forever. Their letters became a lifeline for both, revealing their shared passions, dreams, and desires. Elizabeth was drawn to Robert's vivacious spirit, while Robert admired Elizabeth's intellect and depth of feeling. They exchanged thoughts on poetry, philosophy, and their lives, and with each letter, their connection deepened. Despite their growing affection, Elizabeth faced formidable obstacles. Her father's strict disapproval of any suitor posed a significant threat to their budding romance. Edward Barrett viewed marriage as a loss of control over his children, especially his beloved Elizabeth. This fear created a suffocating environment, where Elizabeth felt trapped between her desire for independence and her loyalty to her father. Robert, aware of the challenges they faced, remained determined to win Elizabeth's heart. He visited her home under the pretense of discussing poetry, but often they shared their innermost thoughts. He visited her home under the pretense of discussing poetry, but often found himself navigating the delicate boundary set by her father. Each visit was laced with tension, as they stole fleeting moments of intimacy amidst the looming presence of Edward Barrett. As their correspondence continued, Robert and Elizabeth's relationship blossomed. They shared their innermost thoughts, fears, and hopes, creating a bond that transcended the constraints of their time. Robert's letters became a source of strength for Elizabeth, encouraging her to envision a life beyond her father's reach. However, the reality of Victorian society loomed large. Their love was not merely a romantic entanglement, it was a rebellion against the societal norms that dictated who they could love and how they could live. Elizabeth's health deteriorated under the stress of her situation, and she often questioned whether she could ever break free from her father's grasp. The turning point came in 1846, when Elizabeth and Robert made the momentous decision to elope. They realized their love could not flourish within the confines of her home or the constraints of societal expectations. Despite the risks, they resolved to take a leap of faith, choosing love over fear. Robert devised a plan. He would visit Elizabeth one last time, and they would make their escape together. On the night of their elopement, they slipped away from their respective lives, embarking on a journey filled with uncertainty and hope. On September 12, 1846, Elizabeth and Robert married in secret at St. Marylebone Church in London. The ceremony was simple, reflecting their desire for intimacy rather than grandeur. As they exchanged vows, the weight of their love, and the risks they had taken, surged between them. They were united not just as husband and wife, but as partners in a shared rebellion against the constraints of their era. After the ceremony, they fled to Italy, a place where they could build a life together, free from the suffocating judgments of Victorian society. Italy represented not only a geographical escape but also a metaphorical one, a land of artistic inspiration and romantic ideals. Settling in Florence, the Brownings created a vibrant life filled with creativity, passion, and purpose. Elizabeth thrived in this new environment, her health improving amid the warm Italian climate. Surrounded by art and beauty, they explored the countryside, igniting their creative spirits. In Florence, Elizabeth wrote some of her most celebrated works, including Sonnets from the Portuguese, a series of love sonnets dedicated to Robert. These poems reflected the depth of their relationship, capturing the essence of their love with raw honesty. Robert, in turn, continued to write and support Elizabeth's literary ambitions, fostering an atmosphere of mutual respect and admiration. The Brownings' elopement became a symbol of love's triumph over societal constraints. Their story resonated with many, challenging the norms of their time and inspiring generations of lovers and poets. Elizabeth's poetry, often filled with themes of love, freedom, and defiance, became a voice for women seeking autonomy in a restrictive society. Despite the challenges they faced, including Elizabeth's ongoing health issues and financial uncertainties, the couple remained devoted to each other. They nurtured their bond through shared experiences, artistic collaborations, and unwavering support. Their love story not only changed their lives but also left an indelible mark on literary history. The courtship and elopement of Elizabeth Barrett Browning and Robert Browning stand as a remarkable narrative of love defying societal constraints. Their relationship was not merely a personal romance. It was an act of rebellion against the norms of Victorian society, a testament to the enduring power of love and creativity. Through their letters, poetry, and unwavering commitment to one another, they forged a path that inspired countless others to pursue love and art against all odds. Elizabeth and Robert Browning's legacy endures, reminding us that love, when nurtured, can transcend barriers and illuminate the human spirit. Their story remains a beacon of hope and inspiration, celebrating the ultimate triumph of love in the face of adversity. Welcome.